Enlightenment, peace, and prosperity. Welcome. What is real food? Let's begin with the definition of what real food is. Real food is food that is as close to its natural state as possible. It is primarily unprocessed, free of chemical additives, rich in nutrients. That being said, the understanding that real food is primarily unprocessed, free of chemical additives, and rich in nutrients. I have been a vegan since 1998, before vegan was even considered mainstream or cool. Well, one of the reasons I turned to an all plant-based diet was because meat like chicken and beef, my favorite foods at the time, were rotting my teeth out. I was at the dentist way too often. The meats were also starting to taste unsavory. They had a bland taste to them. Also, I noticed my mood was getting aggressive towards others, and I was gaining weight faster than normal, and it was very difficult to lose that weight. From that point on, I made a dietary decision to totally eliminate meat from my very being, period. So, I first went vegetarian for 3 months, then I turned totally plant-based after those 3 months of fasting, experimenting with different foods, detoxing, trying to cleanse my body. Up until now, I have been totally vegan. Trying to get my family and friends, co-workers, and ordinary people to eat a diet more plant-based for fruits and vegetables. I don't know how many times I've heard the saying, I want to eat real food. To me, it's like, what is that? What is real food? And depending on your location in the world, it may be different for you. But today, I'm going to make it very clear that most people, based on your genetics, your homogenealogy, and your geographic ancestral location, by nature, you are a plant-based being. For instance, an example, hypothetically speaking, you, today, go for a run, 3 to 4 miles, nonstop outside on a hot day. At the end of your run, you have a choice to have a slice of watermelon or a slice of beef, plain slice of beef. No sauce, no gravy, none of that. Just a dry slice of beef on a plate. No water, nothing with it. And I'll be honest with yourself, which one would you choose? The watermelon is unprocessed, naturally water dense, although a hybrid. So is 99.9% of the food we eat now are hybrids. I will get to that at another time. It has nutrients, amino acids, vitamins, and it tastes like angel food. Really, really good. And its water content is 92%. Why is that important? Our human bodies are 60 to 65% water content based for males and 50 to 55% water based for females. So we need all the water that we can get to hydrate ourselves. On the other hand, if you prefer beef, you'll still be thirsty for that water because with only 75% water content, you'll be really thirsty and you have that dry taste in your mouth, and it's not going to be good at all. So naturally, you're going to have a slice of that watermelon after that long 3 to 4 mile run because your body is craving for nutrients and hydration. My point being is that your genetics will instruct you to grab water wherever you can find it, especially if you live in the tropics, and most definitely if you're thirsty. The only animal on the planet with a high water content next to the watermelon is the jellyfish, Bon appetit, with 95% water content. Most of you may be unaware, but the human body is electric. For instance, if you open the palm of your hand and make a fist, it takes electricity to make that happen. Now, would you put used batteries uncharged into your car and start traveling across town? No. Why would anyone put uncharged cells into their body and think that they're properly functioning? Now, here comes the interesting part, and I'm sorry I have to break it to you, but it's all in part of enlightenment. Basically, none of our dietary staples are natural. You want that kale juice? Kale, genetically modified. You want that almond milk? Almonds, genetically modified. You want that grapefruit juice? Grapefruits, genetically modified. You want the corn? Genetically modified. You want tomato sauce? Tomatoes, genetically modified. Even, I'm not saying to eat it, and I don't eat it because I've been vegan. Cows and chickens are genetically modified, okay? So you're not safe at all, period. I've stated this in my video before, that they have you eating manure made from cow and horse dung. Human beings are not supposed to be eating cow and horse dung. It's like there's no escape. Naturally, we're supposed to be eating soot, brought down from the rivers collecting the minerals, or volcanic ash, rich in gold, copper, zinc, iron, potassium, the high pH level. We're supposed to be eating natural from the earth, not from animals. We're eating less than what we're supposed to be eating. Now, let's read up on what are the health benefits of manure for the human body. Fresh manure sometimes contains pathogens such as bacteria and viruses. Bacteria and viruses that can cause disease in humans. Salmonella and certain strains of E. coli are among the most serious pathogens found in animal manure. And they have you eating this. They have you have food grown from this for human consumption. Now, let's read upon the health benefits of horse manure. Is horse manure toxic to humans? According to them, there are no known toxic effects on humans due to exposure to horse manure. The Environmental Protection Agency excluded horse manure from solid waste regulation because it contains neither significant amounts of hazardous material nor exhibits hazardous characteristics. Okay, are you kidding me? See, they got the general public believing that horse manure is okay, it's hot, it's rich, it's nitrogen, nutrients, and all this stuff. Go look up, do horses carry zoonotic diseases? What you see in there? Anthrax, rabies, wingworm. Okay? These things are inside of a horse, and if they're inside of a horse, they're definitely inside the manure. So this all ties into what real food is. Because you're eating these meats, and these meats have these parasites and these ringworms and those anthrax. It's all inside of the meat. These cows and the horses produce these things. So you are consuming these things. So make sure that you thoroughly cook your meats if you're going to eat these meats. Now, what I don't get people say, I want real food. I mean, obesity is running rampant throughout the world. And if you're eating real food, why is there high numbers of type 1, type 2, and type 3 diabetes? So let's see. What foods are linked to obesity? The foods mostly tied to weight gain are and include potato chips, sugar, sweetened beverages, sweets and desserts, refined grains, red meat, and processed meat. Researchers say lower weight gain and lower weight loss are associated with a whole grains and fruits and vegetable diet. See right there, even if it is genetically modified, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables are way better for you than red meats and other types of meats. Now, even if you do use manure, there are alternative manures out there that you can use if you have your own garden. So there is an escape. It's not like the Borg, resistant and futile. You can use cottonseed meal, molasses, legume cover crops. You can use kelp seaweed. You can use compost from tea. You can use coconut compost. So there are alternatives for plant-based fertilizers out there. You can use volcanic ash as well. They do carry these things. You can buy them online. All these vegan foods, vegan burgers, vegan nuggets, all these vegan alternative foods, they're all grown from this manure. The only way you'll be safe is to grow food out of your own house, indoors, with your own alternative fertilizers. That's the only way you'll be safe. Even the seeds, they're genetically modified. So take it with a grain of salt. You have to get the nutrients from the source. Whatever falls from the tree is good for you. Whatever comes from nature, naturally, is good for you. I give you enlightenment, peace, and prosperity.